It's officially fall, and if you've been looking into the Auburn, Alabama real estate market, we're going to cover everything you need to know about what the prices are, what's trending, what you can expect through the end of the year, and what you can expect next year. Let's dive in. Auburn, Alabama area. I want you to make sure to go. Hey everyone, Alex Acuff here with eXp Realty in the Acuff Weekly Group. If this is your first time to our channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification. That way you don't miss another video we put out about everything eating, sleeping, living, playing in Auburn, Alabama. And we're getting reach outs from people just like you that we call our friends that are looking to buy and sell here in Auburn, Alabama. So if you're looking to make the move or really just curious about the Auburn, Alabama real estate market or the surrounding areas, even West Georgia, I want you to go ahead and reach out to me and my team because we would love to schedule a Zoom call with you, which you can do. There's a link in our bio, or feel free just to shoot us a DM or a comment and we'll get in touch with you. You can always text as well. So let's dive into everything to the end of 2024. So let's start with home prices. You are looking at properties online in Auburn, Alabama, and you're thinking, man, the prices are just really elevated. Right now, our average list price is floating right around $465,000. And that is actually up a little over 7% year over year, which is actually more than the national average. You'll notice that the historical trend for Auburn is that we typically appreciate a little bit more than above average than the rest of the United States. Now, when those homes are going under contract and eventually selling, we're actually seeing an average sales price right around $423,000 right now, which means that we are definitely more negotiable. When we look at the average list to sales price ratio, it's coming in just under 99%, right actually at 98.9%. So you can expect if you're a buyer looking in Auburn, Alabama, you will find that homes are a little bit more negotiable today than they've been in the past couple of years, especially heading into an election period, into the fall and into the cold, which stay tuned because we're going to cover why it's a great reason to buy in the fall in Auburn, Alabama. Next, let's talk about inventory and days on market. When we look at days on market, that means residential resale properties that we're seeing on the market. Actually, that also includes some new construction, but we're seeing 524 homes on the market as of today. Going into the fall, now this is a little bit of a relief if you're a buyer and you're looking in our market, because you may not understand the dynamics of what is our average inventory and what does that look like for you as a consumer. So typically in the past couple years, we've seen a lot lower amounts of homes for sale, more so in the 300s. And now we're up above over 500 homes for sale in the market, which means that we are definitely more negotiable from the buyer's side. So if you're looking to buy, in my mind, it's always a good time. As an investor and an owner of several residential properties here in Alabama and in Auburn, you will find that the best deals start to come in the fall. Now, the average days on market is floating right around 72 days, 74 days. That's nothing to think is totally a crazy number. It's not really crazy high. It's not really crazy low. You know, back in 2021, average days on market was really more around the 20-day mark. So since that peak in demand and also seeing inflation rise and that now we're seeing the interest rate rise, we're starting to see that inventory catch back up. We're starting to see the days on market catch back up. So now we're moving into more of what I like to call a normal market. So if you look at the inventory levels, just a little bit of historical data here is that we are back to above numbers that are in 2019. Now, this is significant because this is actually pre-COVID numbers, which means we are actually starting to settle back into a very normal appreciation market, seeing that number rise about 2-3% a year in appreciation. Now, as we all know, interest rates is a hot topic, especially today in what's going on economically, especially rolling into an election. Now, looking at the interest rate versus what it's been in the previous few years, now other than the past really 18 months, before that, everyone is very used to a low interest rate. National average across, 30, 40 years, we're looking at 6-7%. So now we're rolling back into more of a normal interest rate market. Now, what does that mean for you as the consumer? From the buy side, every realtor is going to give you the same bit saying that it's a good time to sell, but a lot of times they fail to tell you why. And here is my reason as to why it's a good time to buy as a consumer when the interest rates are starting to come down, but the demand hasn't totally picked up. So we're in this little middle area when it comes to watching the market change. So we all know that markets go up and down. And right now, I feel like we're in a little bit of a transition period where we've had this really low demand market for the past 12 to 18 months. Interest rates have started to come down, which is then moving our inventory up. And what's happening is that sellers are still holding tight at the higher end of their pricing. Buyers are trying to get more aggressive, which is why we saw that average list price to sales price has actually reduced by about 0.5 point over the past 18 months. So the reason why is because people are going in and buying a home, which I believe today is the new normal. They're locking in an interest rate today, but at the same time, they're also asking for better incentives from the seller. And what they're using those funds for is to fund their closing costs, also to offset higher interest rates. So you can do buy downs, whether that's a temporary buy down or a permanent buy down of your mortgage. And also people know that they're most likely going to be refinancing within the next 2 years as we watch interest rates hopefully reduce over the next 18 months as well. So this is an interesting time when you look at the interest rate. I will say the interest rate only tells a small part of the market. My best advice to you as a buyer is to consult with a real estate professional in the market that you're going to. And hopefully that's me and my team. And we can do that over a Zoom call and really understand what your needs and wants are and how we can help you accomplish your goals, even when the interest rate is a little bit higher than what you might have been used to. And one small tip for the sellers, if you have an assumable loan, which if you don't know, you can always call your mortgage provider and reach out to them and see, did I lock in an assumable mortgage? And you can use that as a negotiation piece to actually get you a higher price and a better deal on your home. If you want more information about that, feel free to contact us. We walk people through that daily. And so that is something that we're very, very familiar with. Now, as a seller, yes, the inventory has risen. If you have a great home, you have a great marketing strategy and pricing strategy, I know we can accomplish getting your home sold because we have proven methods and strategies that I can show you absolute examples of this year where we've helped sellers beat out their competition, getting multiple offers for their homes and getting above list price, which ultimately we did our job. We brought an elevated experience, an elevated listing to the market, and we helped accomplish a seller hit that net profit that they're looking to accomplish to move into their next property or their next plan. So we're moving into the fall, and this is typically when we feel the temperatures coming down, we feel the stress coming down, we're starting to roll into holidays, which may give you actually more stress if you're a parent. But what we find is that fall is a great time to buy. If you're a buyer in the market, this is your opportunity. This is that moment when really the hot buying season is over. You've had a lot of your competitors in the demand side now move into a more, they're not looking for homes. So they're going to stay in their home. They're saying, hey, let's just plan for next year. Maybe this year wasn't our time, or I'm just going to rent for another year. So now you're going into a market where you as a consumer have less competition. Now we know that if you're doing anything and you want to be the best, if you go into a market where there's lower competition, what are your odds of succeeding, of hitting your goal of winning? See? Now, if you think about that, that is the fall and then moving into the winter time of real estate. And now it's better than ever as interest rates are starting to come down. Demand is not picking up like most people thought it would. Now, if the interest rate had reduced this much and it was May, you would have saw an absolute flood of buyers and competition coming to the market, raising the prices. And that is what I really feel may happen in 2025. So if you're a consumer and you're on the fence, this is my challenge to you, is to have a conversation around this and find out, is now the perfect time for me to be buying if I want to capture the best price, get a good interest rate, and negotiate the best deal possible for me and my future. So those are some of the things that we want to keep in mind as we go into a fall season. And of course, if you're a seller, don't worry about it. That just means that there's more serious buyers, like I was just talking about, that are looking for homes just like yours. Now, how do you get top dollar in a market where demand has fallen a little bit? Yeah, you've got an improved interest rate, but what are we doing to hit those net proceeds? Because that's the number that matters to me and my team when we sell a home, is what is the bottom line and does that work for our clients? So when we look at that, we say, okay, what is our marketing strategy? What are we pulling into this? What are we doing to set you up for success? How are we working with your timeline? How are we reverse engineering, saying, okay, this is your deadline, this is your goal. How do we start from the end in mind and work our way back and build a custom strategy to sell your home for top dollar? If you want to know more about that, we do it daily with all of our sellers. Feel free to reach out to us. You can schedule a Zoom call, or we can come over in person and take a look at your property. More than happy to. Now, let's just say you're watching this from across the country and you're like, Alex, I want to sell my house and I want that same strategy. No worries. Contact us and we will connect you with one of our trusted referral partners that's going to take care of you just like we would and give you that custom home selling experience, no matter where you are around the country or even around the world, believe it or not. Now, looking ahead in 2025, and this is me pulling out my best crystal ball for you today in October of 2024 about the Auburn, Alabama, and surrounding area real estate market. Now, what I like to do is I like to learn from the past to predict the future. And now when I look at the times that we're in right now, and I look at the Auburn real estate market, and I look at inflation and what's happening globally and nationally, I can safely tell you in my prediction that I believe home prices are going to steadily increase in appreciation in Auburn, Alabama through 2025. So what does that mean for you right now? Is now the right time to sell? Because if you're thinking that 2025 is going to turn out to be a boom year, I think you're going to be a little disappointed. I think we're just going to see our pretty normal appreciation of 2 to 3%, just because if you look at all the economic data and the cost of living, I don't see how our United States real estate market can pull off another COVID where we see the market boom 20% basically over 6 months. So is now the time to sell? I would just say it really depends on what your goals are and where you need to be. Now, if you're thinking about selling in the spring, I think now's a good time to start game planning. What we've noticed that there's also a lot of off-market opportunities. We have buyers looking all the time. And one of our secrets to success for our clients is that we are masterfully good at doing off-market opportunities for our clients. If you want to learn more about that, reach out to me. I'd love to set up a Zoom call. We're passionate about that and connecting people with the right people, whether it's buying, selling, even renting sometimes. We can refer you to a great company that helps you in rentals. We don't do them, but we're more than obliged to help you along your journey, because one day we hope that you have the dreams and aspirations of home ownership, and we want to be your trusted real estate agency when that time comes. All right. That's your Auburn real estate fall market update for 2024. I hope you guys enjoyed. I just gave you kind of an aerial view of what we see here in the Auburn market. If you want to dive into those numbers a little deeper, reach out to me and my team. Now, I talked a lot about selling your home. If you're interested in getting a home value or even a cash offer on your home, no matter where you are in the United States, I promise you we can get you a cash offer. Go ahead and scan the QR code right here on the screen, and we will be in contact shortly. We'd love to take care of you. We thank you for watching this video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, the bell notification. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you wish you would have heard here on our fall market update, or if there's something else you want us to cover in our weekly videos. We'd love to hear that in the comments. Otherwise, I hope you guys are well, and we will see you on the next video.